Alrighty, hello everybody. Today I'm going to be predicting what is going on in the Pokemon Presents tomorrow. So first we can talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I kind of keep this vague on purpose just because, well, Pokemon sometimes can be very unpredictable, so we're trying to give ourselves a big tent here to get as accurate as possible. So I feel like it's very safe to say we're going to get more in-game footage of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. In addition, I think one gym leader render of them in the game, or at least official artwork, is going to be revealed. My personal guess is that they're going to show the Orberg City gym leader Rourke and Eterna City gym leader Gardenia. But I'm definitely betting on Rourke here to be shown, but tomorrow we'll see. Legends Arceus, we're going to see some new locations that we haven't seen in the footage so far. I believe we're also going to see new characters, so they're going to introduce, obviously new characters. And this one is the biggest stretch on the list, but a new Pokemon. I am saying that it's going to be either a new Pokemon, like a totally new species, or a variant/altered form. I think, like for the final evolution of the starters, this is very possible. In addition, we've seen a leak of a Farfetch'd looking type Pokemon that doesn't look like Farfetch'd nor Sirfetch'd exactly. It's much bigger and more menacing, so this is kind of what this category embodies. And of course, I think the story of the game is going to be more so revealed than what we know so far. Mainly the plot, the conflict, and of course, this is going to time with the new characters, maybe even the new locations and new Pokemon. Alright, and also, one thing that people have speculated here is that there's going to be a new kind of form of Pokemon, such as with Rhydon looking more... Oh, sorry, Rhyhorn looking more blue in the in-game footage that we've seen. So this might also be in that category, or it could just be a lighting choice. And the last one that I'm most interested in... Well, I'm interested in all of these, though, but Unite is definitely the most relevant right now, being all over the place. We've just gotten the Blissey reveal, which is going to come out tomorrow in the game. Greedent, Blastoise, and Sylveon are also known to be in the game. Blastoise is the only one that's been officially announced by the Pokemon Company, or Tencent, rather. So I think definitely Blastoise is going to be, like, a date is going to be given for it to be playable in the game. Greedent and Sylveon also very likely, but not too sure just yet. But I put him, or I should put /Sylveon as well, I guess. Definitely very possible. I wouldn't count on them just yet. I would assume Sylveon will go before Greedent just because we recently just had Blissey, a normal type, a tanky normal type, and I assume Greedent would be kind of the same. So I feel like Sylveon will go next after Blastoise and Greedent after. Alright, and then... I doubt this is going to happen tomorrow, but I do think that eventually, somewhere down the line, they're going to be introducing more Pokemon outside of this little pool right here. It looks like they're releasing a Pokemon every month or every 3 weeks. So here, this might look really complicated at first, but I promise you it's not. This is a list of all the likeliest candidates of each generation that would appear in Pokemon Unite. Obviously, not every Pokemon species is here, not every line is here. I just chose the most likely. The likeliest being Clefable, which was already shown to be in Unite in the past, but for some reason was cut from the launch. And I don't think it was data mined to be in there either. We have quite a few here. The ones I want to focus on are up here in these the top two for each. So let's talk about Gen 1 real quick. I doubt there will be a Gen 1 new Pokemon anytime soon, mainly because we just got Blastoise, and the game's already jam-packed with Gen 1 Pokemon. But I feel like this would go either into Nidoking or Marowak, a Alolan form. I don't want to get too much in the reason why, but for Marowak, it's because there's not a lot of regional variants yet, and I think this would be a great way to kind of represent that. Next, in Gen 2, we have, I'll show the top four here. We have Crobat, Fortress, Wobbuffet, and Donphan. Crobat, just because, one, it's a fan favorite, it's very iconic, and two, we don't have a lot of speedsters, and Crobat could definitely qualify as a speedster, maybe even as an attacker or all-rounder, but speedster is definitely possible for Crobat. And also, it's a 3-stage. In Gen 2, the only Pokemon we have representing is Blissey, which is in Pokemon Unite, a 2-stage, Chansey to Blissey. Why we don't know if Chansey's in here yet? We'll see tomorrow, but I'm willing to bet that's the case. So Crobat is a 3-stage, also kind of blending into Gen 1 rep. But for being a Gen 2 representative, I think this would be fantastic. Fortress, I think could be a speedster or a defender. Maybe even an all-rounder. I don't want to get too much into it because we have a lot to go through. But it could be a speedster definitely with rapid spin or anything to do with like it spinning around, I guess. And I put it at 60% mainly because it only has a 2-stage, just like Chansey and Blissey. So that's kind of going against it. But we don't have a lot of steel representation in the game just yet. At least I don't think we do. And we do have Crustle as a bug, so more bugs obviously would be appreciated. Wobbuffet, I think, is really gimmicky, which would be really good for the game. And it's going to be a single stage, which is different from Blissey, we're assuming, if Chansey can evolve into it. It's single stage because baby Pokemon like Wynot will not be playable in the game. So Wobbuffet definitely you can use things with Counter, Destiny Bond, Magic Coat. There's a lot of work with here, and I think it would definitely stand out as a really cool defender. Donphan would be a really good speedster, I think. It could definitely, it can turn into a wheel, maybe use rollout similar to Wigglytuff. I'm sure, I think I might even know Rapid Spin, so there's a lot you could work with here. This is totally like a speedster jackpot, and we need more speedsters. We only have 4. Anything but attacker is what we really need right now. Alright, so from Gen 3 we have, I want to talk about Altaria and Grumpig. Altaria might seem like an obvious choice. A lot of the Pokemon in Unite, I think all of them are available in Sword and Shield, and either through the DLC or through the original game. And a lot of them have a gimmick, like Lola Ninetales has the regional variant. Some of them have Gigantamax, like the Kanto starters, or Mega Evolution as well. Pikachu also has Gigantamax, Lucario, Garchomp, Megas, so on and so forth. So typically it looks like the Gardevoir also has Mega Gardevoir. So a lot of these Pokemon tend to have some kind of specialty to them, even though it's not present in the game. So we have Altaria here with obviously Mega Altaria, so it definitely checks that box. In addition, it is available in Sword and Shield, so it checks that box. And overall, it seems like the strongest contender out of any Pokemon on this chart, or this table. So Altaria, I put at 80% for those reasons. And there's not much going against it either. We have very low Dragon types, and we have a few flying types. But in terms of aerial Pokemon that just fly, we only have 2 out of 20, 10% of them. Talonflame and Charizard. So another one would definitely be, I think, appreciated, especially in a different role. Unfortunately, I put it as an all-rounder similar to Charizard, but it can easily pass as a defender as well, since Altaria is known to be very tanky. And then Grumpig is definitely the weirdest one here. Grumpig is, I think, a fantastic choice. I believe it's available in Sword and Shield. It's forgotten about a lot. It's not as iconic. Spunk might, maybe, but Grumpig definitely isn't. So I put it at the level of kind of like a Cramorant type Pokemon, or Crustle type Pokemon. So that's definitely going for it. In addition, what makes these two really strong contenders is that in Gen 3 we have Absol and Gardevoir as the only representatives, and so there's no 2-stage line, and so these both would be perfect to fill that criteria. Alright, we do have a lot of Psychic types though, so that is definitely going against Grumpig, and we do need more all-rounders, and Grumpig could definitely pass as that. And so let's move on to Gen 4 real quick. I'm mainly going to talk about Mismagius, and Lopunny. Mismagius, or Mismagius, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to call it Mismagius for now. It's definitely a super strong contender, which I was not expecting when making this list. Mismagius is a Ghost type, and the only Ghost type we have right now is Gengar. It's a 2-stage, which is really nice because in Gen 4 the only representation it has is with Garchomp, which is a 3-stage, and Lucario, which is a 1-stage in the game. So Mismagius, whatever, is going to be perfect for those reasons. 2-stage, Ghost type. In addition, we don't have a lot of support. It could easily pass as support. So it's a mage. It works great with support. This one is definitely very likely. Lopunny is definitely very iconic. It has a Mega Evolution. It's available in Sword and Shield. I think Mismagius is too. Lopunny is available in Sword and Shield, Mega Evolution, iconic. And the only thing going against it is that it's a normal type, and we already have Snorlax, Greedent, Blissey. So yeah, the normal types can get a little bit convoluted. There's quite a few. So that's the only thing going against it there, it's typing. But besides that, it would be an amazing attacker. Oh, that's also nothing going against it. We don't need any more new attackers. So that's low punny. It can maybe go as an all-rounder, but that's pushing it. Alright, Gen 5, we have Vanillux and Cofagrigus. Vanillux was, again, another kind of surprise here. It's a 3-stage, and in Gen 5, the only representation we have is Crustle, which is a 2-stage rock bug type, and it's a defender. So Vanillux being an all-rounder, which is already very little in numbers, is great going for it. In addition, it's a Gen 5 rep, also going for it. Ice type, the only one we have is Ninetales, so another Ice type rep would be fantastic. On top of that, I would say it's kind of iconic, being the quote-unquote ice cream Pokemon. It's gotten more love over the years, I think, too. And, of course, Vanillite is really cute, and that's very sellable, marketable. So, Vanillux definitely has a lot going for it, and definitely is the strongest out of any Gen 5 Pokemon. Cofagrigus has a lot going against it, and a lot going for it. There's a lot going against it because it's a 2-stage, just like Crustle. In addition, it is a Ghost type, which is really good. Again, we need more Ghost type representation. And it also kind of checks that box of being kind of weird and, like, forgotten about, kind of like Crustle. Like, kind of irrelevant outside of this game. So that could either hurt it or help it. Because Crustle's already kind of, is that archetype. So, having that same archetype in the same generation is a little odd. It's not very diverse. So that is kind of going against Cofagrigus here. But I definitely think that it would be a solid defender. We need more defenders for sure. And I think the hands of Cofagrigus would really work nicely in the games. I think that's a really great way to integrate that. And Stability Mummy might also be really good. So I think there's a lot of potential here. I might have even ranked it a little bit too high, but I think Vanillux is definitely where it should be. Gen 6, I'll just talk about Trevenant here. I feel like a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon really don't fit well in Pokemon Unite, outside of the ones that already exist. I put Trevenant here mainly because they're, again, Ghost type, and the only grass we have is Eldegoss and Venusaur. So it would be really nice to have something else besides that. That's only 10% of the game again. So Trevenant also, I think it's very, versatile. It has definitely a lot going for it to be a defender, an attacker. So I put it as an all-rounder for those reasons. But honestly, there isn't too much strong points I can say about any of these Gen 6 Pokemon. So I'm going to leave it at that. Here I'll talk about Bewear and Decidueye. Bewear, they're equally as likely. I'm going to talk about Bewear first. Bewear, I think could be either an attacker or a defender, but I put defender just because we have way too many attackers already. Maybe even an all-rounder, but right now I'm just going to put defender. It's a normal type, which is going against it. It is a fighting type, and we already have two of those, being Machamp and Lucario. There might even be another, but I can't think of it right now. So its typing is not going for it, but it is very iconic. It's available in Sword and Shield. So is Trevenant, by the way. I'm pretty sure it is. And Bewear, I think, out of all the Alola Pokemon, it's definitely one of the most iconic. So I'm going to put that there at 70% for being iconic. And I think it would have a really cool toolkit to be used as a defender. Or not toolkit, just a kit. Move kit. Okay, a move pool. So next we have the Decidueye, which I think is super likely. Decidueye is a Grass Ghost. Again, Grass representation, Ghost representation. And on top of that, it's a starter. Now, we already have Cinderace as a non-Kanto starter. It's the only non-Kanto starter it's the only starter that's not from Kanto in Unite currently. And so I doubt they're going to have another fire starter like Incineroar, because they already have two, Charizard and Cinderace. So Decidueye would kind of check that box for Venusaur, and all we need left is a water starter, which could easily be like Swampert or Feraligatr. So Decidueye I think would be a good pick here. I think its arrows have a lot that could go, it has a lot going for it there in terms of potential on creativity for its auto attacks, and it has Spirit Shackle, which is an exclusive move, and I'm sure that would turn out really well as one of its moves. And so I think Decidueye is maybe even slightly more likely than Bewear, but I'm going to put them equally for now. And then for Gen 8, I'm going to be talking... Oh, wow, we have a lot of 65s. I'll just talk about Obstagoon for now. It's an all-rounder that we really need. Oh, one thing going against Decidueye is that it's going to be an attacker. Maybe a speedster, that'd be kind of weird, or an all-rounder, but right now I'm labeling it as an attacker. It just feels right. Obstagoon is easily an all-rounder, and the reason for that is that it does hit pretty hard. It is really fast in the games. And on top of that, it's known to be defensive. Like, that's its idea with, like, it's crossing its arms. So I think for all those reasons, it would be a really solid all-rounder, and all-rounders is what we definitely need more in besides support. anything but attacker really, but all-rounders definitely need more going on. Because 2 of them are from Gen 4, so the Gen 8 all-rounder would be really nice. We don't have one just yet. Oh, and for Gen 7, by the way, the only representation is Aurora, which is a speedster. So that's the only reason I wouldn't include Salazzle. Otherwise, it would definitely be one of the top 3. And so these are not speedsters, so that really helps it. Obstagoon, again, we have 2 attackers and 1 support from Gen 8, and Greedent is probably going to be, it looks like either an all-rounder or defender. So Obstagoon being an all-rounder, and if Greedent is an all-rounder, then Runerigus or Copperage would be a really good pick as well. But right now I'm going to put Obstagoon because it has a lot of, again, for regional variant representation for Zigzagoon, Linoon, and yeah, the normal type is going against it though, so that's why, otherwise it might be even 80%. But right now, my bet is that we're going to get something from Gen 4, 5,